Of all the tales of Tom and Jerry, one of the most celebrated and unique is the Cat Concerto. This 7-minute masterpiece of animation, which won an Academy Award in 1947, eschews the typical household setting for the grand stage of a concert hall. It is a story told not through dialogue, but through the universal language of music and slapstick comedy, a perfect embodiment of the eternal rivalry between cat and mouse. The curtain rises on a scene of refined elegance. A sold-out auditorium awaits, a sea of expectant faces turned towards the magnificent grand piano that dominates the stage. From the wings emerges Tom, no longer a common house cat, but a sophisticated concert pianist, resplendent in a white tie and tails. He carries himself with an air of immense self-importance, bowing deeply to the thunderous applause of the unseen audience. He is an artist, a maestro, and this is his moment to shine. With a flourish, Tom settles himself on the piano bench, adjusting it to the perfect height. He cracks his knuckles with the dramatic flair of a seasoned performer, wipes his brow with a silk handkerchief, and poises his paws over the ivory keys. The orchestra in the pit below strikes a chord, and under the spotlight's glare, Tom begins to play. The powerful and dramatic notes of Franz Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2 fill the hall, a piece chosen for its dynamic range and emotional intensity, a perfect score for the chaos that is about to unfold. But Tom is not alone. Unbeknownst to the audience, and for a few blissful moments to Tom himself, the grand piano is also home to Jerry. The little mouse is nestled comfortably amongst the felt hammers, his bed made from the softest of piano strings. The first few thunderous chords of the Rhapsody are a rude awakening. Jerry is bounced and jostled, his peaceful slumber shattered by the percussive impact of the hammers on the strings. Annoyed, Jerry emerges from his makeshift bed to investigate the source of the disturbance. He peeks out from between the keys, his whiskers twitching, to see Tom lost in the rapture of his performance. A mischievous glint appears in Jerry's eyes. He sees not a renowned pianist, but his age-old nemesis, and an opportunity for some fun. Jerry begins his campaign of disruption subtly. He starts by mock-conducting Tom from inside the piano, his tiny paws mimicking Tom's grand gestures. Tom, catching a glimpse of the diminutive conductor in the reflection of the polished piano lid, is momentarily thrown off his rhythm. He tries to ignore the distraction, but Jerry is persistent. The mouse then escalates his efforts, popping up between the keys to make faces at the increasingly flustered cat. Tom, his artistic temperament frayed, attempts to dispatch his tiny tormentor with a swift flick of his paws, but Jerry is too quick, darting back into the piano's inner workings. The concert, for Tom, is no longer about the music, it's about exterminating the pest that is ruining his magnum opus. The Hungarian Rhapsody becomes the soundtrack to a new, more personal battle. The gags escalate in their creativity and violence. Tom, in a fit of pique, tries to smash Jerry with a series of powerful chords, but the mouse deftly dodges each attack. Jerry retaliates by manipulating the piano's inner mechanics. He wreaks the hammers to snap back on Tom's paws, turning the instrument into an instrument of torture. He replaces the soft felt hammers with a mousetrap, which clamps down on Tom's finger with a painful snap. Through it all, Tom, with gritted teeth and a look of sheer agony, attempts to continue playing, his performance becoming more frantic and disjointed. One of the most memorable sequences in the Cat Concerto involves Jerry taking over the performance from within the piano. He begins to play his own jazzy, upbeat tune, a stark contrast to the dramatic strains of Liszt. Tom, his paws still on the keys, is forced to follow Jerry's lead, his body contorting in a comical dance as he struggles to keep up with the unexpected change in tempo. The audience, oblivious to the drama unfolding inside the piano, believes it to be part of the performance, and they roar with laughter and applause. The finale is a crescendo of chaos. Tom, driven to the brink of madness, abandons all pretense of a concert performance. He leaps onto the piano, his claws extended, and begins to chase Jarry across the keyboard, the resulting cacophony a wild and atonal perversion of the rhapsody. Jarry, in a final act of defiance, takes control of the player-piano mechanism, sending the keys into a frenzy. Tom is caught in the maelstrom, his body pummeled by the keys as he is bounced and thrown about. Exhausted and defeated, Tom collapses onto the keyboard, his tuxedo in tatters. The music comes to a crashing halt. The audience, believing it all to be part of the show, erupts in a standing ovation. And who appears to take the final bow? Jarry, of course. Dressed in a tiny tuxedo of his own, he emerges from the piano and basks in the adulation of the crowd, the true star of the Cat Concerto. The Cat Concerto is more than just a cartoon. It's a symphony of slapstick, a ballet of comedic brutality. It's a story that, without a single word of dialogue, speaks volumes about rivalry, artistry, and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. It remains a high watermark in the history of animation, a timeless classic that continues to delight audiences of all ages, and a testament to the enduring appeal of a cat, a mouse, and a piano.